In this video, we will be learning about noun clauses. What are noun clauses? A noun clause is a group of words that does the work of a noun. Noun clauses contain a subject and a finite verb. Let's take a look at an example. The noun clause here is who he was. The subject is he, and the finite verb is was, the past singular form of the verb to be. When we use noun clauses, there are some rules we have to remember. For example, the subject in a noun clause always comes before the verb. Here's an example. I don't know who they are. The noun clause is who they are. You can see that the subject they comes before the verb are. How do we use noun clauses? We can use noun clauses as the subject or as the object of a verb. First, let's look at how to use a noun clause as the subject of a sentence. In this sentence, the noun clause what he told you is used as the subject, which takes the verb is. Now let's take a look at the second sentence, which uses the noun clause as an object. The noun clause what he told you is used as the object of the verb know. We can also use noun clauses as the object of a preposition. Let's take a look at an example sentence. The noun clause what had happened is used with the preposition with. We can also use noun clauses after the verb to be. For example, when we say, "This is what I intended to do," the verb is followed by the noun clause what I intended to do. We can also use noun clauses after certain nouns, adjectives, and past participles. For example, we can use a noun clause after nouns such as fact and news. In the example sentence, the news that there had been an earthquake shocked everyone. The noun clause that there had been an earthquake tells us what the news was about. We can also use noun clauses after adjectives such as glad and helpful, like in this example. Finally, we can also use noun clauses after past participles such as shocked or worried. Here is an example sentence. In all these structures, the noun clauses start with the word that. We can also use noun clauses after the two structures that are shown on the screen now. Let's take a look at an example. This sentence begins with the word it, continues with the verb to be, which is followed by an adjective, and then a noun clause. When using a noun clause after these structures, the noun clause begins with the word that. Sometimes, we can replace noun clauses with so or not in sentences. Here are two examples. In the first sentence, the word so is used in place of the clause, "This book is great." The negative version is not. Here is an example sentence. The word not can also be used after the verb hope. Let's practice reading. Can you identify the noun clauses in the following passage? Here are the answers. That a new production of The Little Prince is opening. That they're offering half-price tickets to students. And if you would like to watch it with me. Note that the last clause, who likes plays as much as I do, is not a noun clause. It is a defining relative clause indicating the person or the type of person the writer is referring to. Let's practice listening. Question 1. Listen to sentences A and B and decide which sentence contains a noun clause. A. Who was he? B. I don't know who he was. The answer is B. I don't know who he was. Question 2. Listen to sentences C and D and decide which sentence contains a noun clause. C. I don't remember whose jacket that was. D. The one who is wearing a blue jacket is John. The answer is C. I don't remember whose jacket that was. Now let's practice writing. Fill in each blank in the sentences below using a correct word. The answers are now shown on screen. The first two blanks can be filled with that. The third blank can be filled with what. When you don't understand something a speaker has said, you may ask them to repeat it by saying, "Excuse me, I couldn't follow what you said just now. Would you mind repeating it?" Let's practice speaking. Answer the following questions out loud using a noun clause. Question 1. Name 2 things that you didn't know about until recently. Question 2. What 2 things would you want to tell your classmates about yourself? Question 3. Name 1 thing you are worried about now.